What's up, everybody? Matt Modi here on my solo YouTube channel, here to continue to give you NHL bets, NHL best bets for today, as the NBA, the All-Star game was yesterday. The NBA is on a break until Thursday, so we are left to hammer NHL bets. Luckily, it's actually been quite profitable. So Friday, I was down a little bit. Saturday and Sunday was up almost over $1,000 total between Saturday and Sunday. And yesterday specifically, my NHL bets in this video did really, really well. I think I had 7 total. If I remember correctly, 5 of the 7 hit. A lot of the bets that I lost yesterday, I actually just locked in on my own. So a lot of the public bets that I had yesterday did really, really well. So we're hoping to keep the streak alive today. Not as big of a slate, unfortunately, today as there was yesterday and Saturday, but I did still find a couple plays that I really liked, locked all of them in, so we can chat about it. But real quick before we do, if you're watching this, would appreciate it if you could like the video, and then of course, and more importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel as I attempt to grow this. Would help me out a ton. Then you can comment, let me know your thoughts, tailing, fading, whatever you think. And then if you want to find me on social media, where I post a bunch of stuff, some betting specific, some nonsense, some sports, you get the whole gambit. But you can at my Twitter handle you see on the screen here. And let's get into it. So play number 1 in the Anaheim Ducks versus Florida Panthers game. And this is an earlier game being played at 11 my time. I'm in Colorado, so 1 p.m. Eastern, a little bit earlier. But Frank Vatrano over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 105 odds at BetRivers. So oddsjam, everything is kind of derived. Of course, this is a positive EV play. Everything that shows up here is going to be positive EV, but it's all derived from these no vig odds that you see here. And I have a couple videos on my YouTube channel where I describe positive EV betting in much greater detail. So I try to not do it as much in these videos. But if you do want to check that out, it's the first video posted on this channel. It's how I specifically have used oddsjam to profit over. At the time, it was 20K. Since I recorded that, I've actually gotten it up to 25K as soon as this loads. This bet tracker, all the bets that I place are pulled into this bet tracker. So it's a ton of data because I've been using oddsjam for a while. But my total profit is now above the 25K mark, which is really cool, all from using oddsjam. So recommend checking that out regardless. All you need to know is that these no vig odds are pulled from the sportsbooks that consistently do the best job at pricing odds, the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. So you can view these no vig odds as the true line, the quote unquote true line of what a market should be priced at. So anywhere in which we can get better odds than the true line, and better odds just means higher payout, that is going to be profitable in the long run. Yes, you will have to deal with some variance that I have had to deal with that has not been fun at all. Some really bad days. Still up in February despite that, and up over 25K using oddsjam overall. So you have to accept some variance. It is a volume betting game. The more bets equals better, as long as they have the edge, which everything on the EV page will have the edge. But there's a little bit more research that I do into the plays. And I don't mean research as in like, oh, check his stats, check the matchup. I mean like, you just want to see where every other sportsbook is pricing this play. So like BetRivers has this priced at plus 105. All can be books. So like Barstool, which is what I locked it in on because they haven't heavily limited me yet. Frank Vatrano over 2.5 shots on goal plus 105. I locked it in. Barstool, BetRivers, Unibet. But look at every other book and where they price it. Majority of them have pretty much equal juice on each side. Like if we just want to start at the far left here, minus 115 on the over, minus 115 on the under. Basically telling you they think that this is a 50-50 bet. So they're charging equal amounts of juice on each side. That's what MGM, FanDuel, and DraftKings has. PointsBet actually favors the over. They think the over is more likely, so they're charging more juice. And then BetOnline and Pinnacle, which are 2 sharp sportsbooks, have it close to 50-50, slightly favoring the under, but still having the no vig line lower than plus 105. So no matter how you slice it, this is a really good play. Long story short, this is a really good play. Frank Vatrano over 2.5 shots on goal. Play number 1. Play number 2, Mark Scheifele over 2.5 shots on goal. This is at plus 120 odds at BetRivers. The oddsjam perfect line prices this at plus 117. We are getting it all the way up at plus 120. So about a 2.5 or so cent difference between these two numbers. And even the slighter difference, the smaller difference between the two, lower percents, which is basically the bigger the gap between these two numbers, the higher this percent is. But even the lower percent ones, below 1%, below 2%, can be good. So I don't necessarily avoid those. And in this case, you can see why. Plus 120 at BetRivers. Pinnacle is the only one that's close, kind of close, 12 cents lower than every other book. Plus 100, plus 105, minus 120 for PointsBet and Bet365. So they think that it's 50-50. And then FanDuel has it at plus 102. If you remove the VIG, it beats pretty much the juice, the no VIG odds of every single sports book. So this plus 120 is a really good price. That is play number 2. And then the last one that I locked in here, Carter, Verhaeghe, over 3.5 shots on goal, minus 106 odds. Again, about a 2.5 cent gap between these two numbers. The oddsjam perfect line pricing this at about minus 109. We are getting it at minus 106. And then same thing here. Just look at where all the other sports books price it. Minus 120 is pretty much across the board. We can ignore Underdog and Prize Picks because they're DFS companies, so they have the same implied odds for every single play. But every book that is pricing this play individually, minus 127, minus 127, minus 120, up to all the way at minus 155 on PointsBet, which is just insane. So we're getting a really good price here on these 3 plays. That is going to be it. Only 3 today. I do have all 3 of these locked in. Put $75 on each one, except for the last one, which I put to win $75. So any way you slice it, if we go 2 and 3 here, or I guess 2 and 1, so we go 2 for 4-3, we will be profitable. Yesterday we were profitable. Saturday we were profitable. It's a great weekend. So that's going to be it. So if you're tailing these 3, like I said, comment and let me know. Like, subscribe, comment helps me out a ton. Hit me up on social media if you want a little bit more of Jedi Modi. And that's it. So appreciate you guys for watching and have a good one.